PocaTV Wenzzzday.
Hi,
Poca.
DJ. Hi, DJ. Let me start with the immediate disclaimer. Everything that has to do with electricity and Wi-Fi and storms that we've been having lately could mar this live session of PocaTV Wenzzzday Ting. Otherwise, everything is fine. How are you today?
Not so bad, thank you. Not so bad.
Good to hear that. Immediately seeing an album in the back. Let's start with that for a change.
Yes, which is right there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. So for regular viewers, each time we do a Wenzzzday Ting, I place an album in the background, and the idea is for you, the viewers, to guess what it is. What's the title and who's the artist? And if you look closely, I mean, you know, the title of the album and the name of the artist is right there.
Well,
you know,
that's why I pulled you up a little closer, but I put you back because it's really legible. And it has all to do with our topic for today. But if you know the album, artist, title, send us a comment on YouTube or on Facebook. If that's where you're watching. If that's not where you're watching, please do that. Because if you're watching on LinkedIn, chances are I'm not going to see your comments. We did at some point, yes, we did have a very early comment today from our good friend Jaap. Says he's for people to tune in for their weekly dose of vitamins and insight into cultural facts. Jaap, keep going, and thank you for being there so early today. We weren't even there, and you were there already. Big up yourself, Jaap.
Big up,
so. DJ, it's lovely to do a show from Jamaica because that's where I am, in PocaTV in Montego Bay, and you obviously live here. And so far, every show I've done since I've been here this time has had its roots in this country. And nothing changed today. We are going to talk about Earl Chinna Smith. And guess what? I forgot to put up that little banner. Let me see if I can quickly upload it. And maybe you can talk. Tell us who is Chinna?
Chinna's a legend. Old Chinna Smith is in reggae circles, well, in music circles, really a world famous guitarist. He plays other instruments as well, and he even sings every now and then, but he's more famed for his guitar playing.
Exactly. And yeah,
interestingly, if you were interested in how he came by the name Chinna, you interested in that?
Yeah, but let's keep that for a little later. Let's keep that as a cliffhanger. I found a little something I was supposed to put up. This is it. We are doing and we are honoring the living legend Earl Chinna Smith. Yeah. Usually people do tributes when the great ones are no longer there. We thought it might be best to just have him watch the show. Chinna, if you're there, we are doing this to honor you and all the great work that you have done and that you are still doing. Just know that I've been talking so much about you lately, and a lot of people agree with me that we should be honoring you now. Not true, DJ?
Yeah, because exactly. Because they don't know if they're gone, they're gone. So we have, yeah.
So we made sure that Earl Chinna Smith knows we are doing this show today. We've told him he can watch live, but he can also watch the rerun, which goes for anybody, basically. And there's many ways that you can join the conversation here. You can, for example, scan this code on your phone or your whatchamacallit, tablet, your device, exactly. Yeah. And it will take you to the orange room, or you can head over to this URL on your laptop, which will also take you to the orange room where you log in, you know, put in your microphone and your camera, put in your name, and then wait for DJ and me to pull you up. If you have any stories to share with us about Earl Chinna Smith, they are most welcome. It's going to be a little bit of chaos. You know me, DJ. I like a little bit of chaos once in a while, because there is so very, very, very much to tell about Earl Chinna Smith.
it's organized chaos. So it's
it's
cool.
Right. So just so people know, I mean, anybody into reggae will know who Chinna is, but people outside of reggae might not know. He is a world famous guitar playing. Rolling Stone actually put him on this list of legendary Jamaican guitarists, and they were part of legendary guitarists worldwide. We see Stephen Core, and we see Ernest Wrangling, and of course we see Earl Chinna Smith, whom we know from so very many things.
But when you look at those three artists, Cat Core, Ernest Wrangling, and Chinna, Chinna is the most prolific.
Yes,
without any doubt. I mean, I read somewhere that he appears on at least over 500 albums. So I mean, if he appears on 500 albums, heaven knows, Jah knows, I should say, on how many singles 7-inch 45s he appears on. It's probably, it has to be in the thousands. It must be. And because if you think he builds a rhythm, and then you have about 5 different records with the same rhythm, but it's still him on those records.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's still touring. What is it? 2 weeks ago, he was playing at Austin, Texas, reggae something. I forgot to upload those pictures, so we can't show them.
That was a Soul Syndicate reunion, wasn't it?
It was, and we will be talking about Soul Syndicate. But before we get to Soul Syndicate, we must, for people who actually don't know, we must explain to him that one of the many reasons Chinna is so extremely, extremely famous is, of course, because he was part of the Wailers, where I found this picture. They called it the Wailing Band, saying something about that was the first name. But you never heard of that, did you, DJ? And neither did I.
I've never heard of the Wailing Band before. That's my first introduction to that.
Yeah, me too. So let's make that the Wailers. This picture is
the Wailers Band. I knew them as the Wailers Band.
The Wailers Band. So maybe that person who put this on their website meant the Wailers Band and called it the Wailing Band. Yeah. And then because I stole it from their page, I took that word. But it is actually the Wailers Band. You are so correct. And circled there, top right, you will see Chinna in his younger days. Bob Marley, of course. And who else are we seeing? Do you know these faces by heart, DJ?
I think that's Family Man at the front.
Yes.
On bass, I'm pretty sure it is. Carlton Barrett is I think he's crouching to the left of
Family Man is Aston Barrett, right?
Sorry, no, Family Man is the bass player, the one in the front. I'm sure that's Family Man. Carlton Barrett, I think Carlton is the one to the left of Bob as we see it on the picture
with the pinkish shirt.
Crouching down, yeah. I think that's Carlton, but I might be wrong.
No, I think you're right. And anybody else in the background, yellow shirt with the Congo? That must be Bunny Wailer? No,
I'm thinking that's Bunny, but then I don't see Peter Tosh, or am I? Or maybe he is. I don't know.
I don't know. We don't know. Yeah. Anyway, we can see it's an old picture. It's so old we're not even recognizing all the faces, but. Of course, this was a legendary group of people together. Whatever the Wailers did in whatever constellation they played, it was kind of brilliant, and Chinna was a big part of that. Before I get, I'd like to show you, DJ. Let me start with a very short clip of the day I met Chinna, which was in 2015, and. This is how we're going to end the show as well. I was at his yard with a young musician called Lion Cub. And, you know me, I sent Chinna a mail telling I'll be filming this Lion Cub, and will it be all right to film in your yard? And then he said, yes, you need to send me a link to your website. And then I got the permission to go. And this is how I met him. It's just a very short snippet.
Be careful.
Yeah, let's come in and get relaxed and yeah, man, find a site, you know. find a site inside there. I was watching it. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That was what they were playing there. This is, but by the way, viewers, folks, this is the first time I ever saw that video. I promise. Poca never even previewed that one for me behind the scenes. What they were doing, and I think it was around that time because it said 2015, was a tune called "Be Careful" by Matthew McAnuff, who's no longer with us, I'm afraid. But he is the son of Winston McAnuff, and I believe Winston and Chinna go back
way back.
They go way back, and that was probably Matthew McAnuff's biggest tune.
Wow. See, that's why you're in this program, DJ. This is why I cannot do anything music wise without you, because you've got this uncanny memory for anything that's to do with anything when it comes to music.
That actual rhythm is the Unchained rhythm, the origins, which we featured on the previous show which was Bob Andy on Studio One. But it's one of the most sampled rhythms ever, and that particular tune, they adapted the rhythm to sound slightly different, but it still has its foundations in Studio One, that rhythm.
I see. Wonderful stuff. I only wanted to show the clip because he said he liked my website. You see, it's all about me. Of course it is.
Vanity, yeah.
Moving back to the great Earl Chinna Smith, I was digging around to see if it's very hard to find footage of him that I can actually use for the show. And I did find an interview he gave to people, I think it was a year ago. It's a series about people playing the Fender guitar. And they talked to a lot of people, and obviously they talked with Chinna as well. Are you interested in that? He's going to talk. He's going to talk to us about his guitar and about how he makes music. It's fascinating.
Okay.
Well, my mother bought a guitar for me in 1974. You understand? And it's with the rich or poor, but I just saw it work. So I remember as a young brethren, bless him soul, Carlton Barrett, look for me and said, Chinna, you have to come play with the Wailers. And I said, well, yeah, it sounds like a good thing. But me, I'm going to play everyone. Play with not body, play with everyone. Wailers was all right, but then you have the burning spirit, and you have a whole party, right? All right, so we start work. We all work on the Rastaman Vibration album. So we used to jam out. Spin a song. Since I've been gone, we've been loving, so you're doing a studio, you record a tune, and everybody gone in the engineer room for your back. But outside with the instrument, and just mess around same. So we start. Kind of different movements from ordinary thinkers. If you know this producer Tom, the man is to use different kind of harmonies within them stylistics and spinners and certain chord movements. So you have progression work the way when the chord move, and the bass line remain. So it's like one of the movements. You're moving from like a minor to a major, but that minor bass note should remain. So you get the sound there. Alright, so we are jam like that, and scratches in the studio. Great B, Scratch Perry, the upsetter, scientist. We say record it, so we record. Doing that it just kind of boring, just do. So Bunny Wailers is in the studio and say, alright, yeah, Chinna put an intro on it. So make an intro, come with bass. 3, 4. Alright, so that was the intro. two parts. If you listen carefully, you hear the bass man play a different note, but it harmonizes and
Rat race.
create an
Yes.
intro. So from then, we just 1, 2, 3, 4. The two roll. Oh, what a rat race. Jump, 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 jump.
Wicked. Wicked.
In
And
it.
you know what? Chinna has been reported as pioneering the beginning of reggae tunes using the intro using guitar, because
Yes.
most reggae tunes start off with a drum roll.
Right.
Or drum roll. Apparently, that was one of the very first reggae tunes that did not start in that way, that started with a guitar intro. And another famous one that he's famous for in the same way is Dennis Brown tune called Cassandra. You know Cassandra?
Yeah.
I know our love, I could
Yes.
feel
Yes.
it.
Never seen it. Yeah.
And that was another, and apparently that's how that kind of intro to reggae tunes took off. He pioneered it.
Wow. Interestingly, he's
Mm.
telling us it's Bunny Wailer's idea. Bunny had some wicked ideas that were kind of radical, and then he said, "Such and such will do it." But things came out of Bunny's head, didn't they?
Well, I mean, look, these are Jamaican kind of ultra talented
Yeah.
musicians who, and you just can't try and work it out logically.
Right.
But the other thing I was going to say, he was talking about his guitar. When he became interested in guitar, he was a teenager, and because apparently he didn't have the money to buy a guitar, he made his own guitar from sardine cans and a fishing line. That was how he's. I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
That's how we used to play guitar when we were children. We just get a box and a string and play guitar. But he actually started that way. Wow.
That's how he taught himself.
Yeah.
He was that, and he was a teenager then, so he was that kind of interested.
So he actually taught himself, which is interesting because at the end of this program, he has some advice for young people who want to do music.
I think he taught himself the basics, but I think he took a lot of advice from more learned guitarists as years went by, especially when he joined Soul Syndicate, because it was one of the Soul Syndicate guitarists who taught him. This is what I read about certain things, and then he became a member of Soul Syndicate as a result
himself. Right. Before we get to Soul Syndicate, where are we in the show? I'm seeing a comment there. Who is it? It is Adrienne saying hi to us. Greetings, Adrienne. Lovely of you to watch. I know you would love to meet Chinna because he's so very strange yet sweet, yet and hospitable and all of that. He's a lovely, lovely man. And here's your friend DJ Daniel Gelbloem. How are you, Daniel? Nice to see you on PocaTV, Daniel. I always see you on the DJ Conscious's posts on Facebook, and here you are. And he's enjoying hearing all of this. That is great. So far, we're enjoying telling you. There's more ways than one of people joining the program, sending us their comments like Daniel and Jaap and Adrienne have been doing. But you can also scan this code and or I should say, head over on your laptop, if you're using a laptop, to this URL, and you can join DJ Conscious and myself in the studio very shortly with one comment or one question. And then we'll part ways again and you can continue watching the show. But it would be nice if anybody has something to say about Earl Chinna Smith, who we are honoring today, the living legend.
I mean, look, I was trying to find a way of classifying him, categorizing him to his greatness, and the only thing I can think of is we have Sly and Robbie for drum and bass. You could actually conceivably put Chinna at that level in terms of guitar playing.
That's a very valid comment. I think you are right, and I don't think there's anybody else who you could put in that.
Exactly, and then all of that comes down to the fact that he's done so much, just like Sly and Robbie were so prolific.
Yes, and they also went outside of Jamaican music in what they are absolute session musicians. That means They can
And
play
it's
pop,
not
they can play jazz, they can play anything.
exactly, but Chinna can do that as well. I was seeing that he worked with Gilberto Gil.
Yeah, the Brazilian.
Gilberto Gil, sorry.
Gilberto Gil.
Yeah, all right, that's the perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chinna did a whole lot of other stuff as well, way out of any kind of so-called world music. I mean, he played with white bands as well, and rock and all of that. He's been everywhere. Moving back to what he was saying in the interview, he mentioned Carlton Barrett, and I found this lovely picture of the two of them in the early days. Carlton Barrett, tell us about Carlton, because they were thick as peas, the two of them.
Right. I mean, yeah. So they were best buddies. You know, all I know about Carlton is Aston family man, rest in peace, brother. They're both gone now.
Yeah.
Carlton was the Wailers drummer, and Aston family man was on bass. But with Chinna as well, they also featured on. They were a member of the Upsetters, Lee Perry, the Upsetters backing band.
Yeah. So this is like this little, a little ball of talent that stretches one way, goes back, stretches the other way, goes back, like something like that.
I mean that imagine being in Kingston in those times in the 1970s when all that was happening.
Oh, that must have been so wicked to be alive and here at the
time.
Well,
the thing is, most people didn't realize what they were witnessing.
Right.
Most people they didn't realize the greatness of what even with Bob. Yes. Before he became internationally famous, they didn't realize his greatness.
And this is why we're doing this now. This is why, because Bob Marley never knew how the world thought about him, and we want to make sure that Chinna knows
exactly
that we put him on that pedestal where he belongs, because he is such an integral part of all our lives, music-wise.
Chinna was a part of the Wailers set for the One Love concert.
He was not.
He was.
Oh, he was. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
The one with Siaga and Manley.
Yeah. Everybody knows. Yes.
One. Yeah. He was there.
He was there. Guitar. Right.
Yeah.
You've mentioned Soul Syndicate a number of times. Chinna was also with Soul Syndicate. Soul Syndicate. Who were they? What can we know them from? Why is Soul Syndicate such a band that we need to talk about?
Soul Syndicate was I think that is because they just did a reunion concert in America
in Austin, right? Earlier. Yes.
But whether it's the original members, I don't know. I doubt it's all the original members, but they're like a studio band, a session band that you can I guess you can put those on align them with like the Aggravators and the Revolutionaries. And let's not forget, Chinna was a founding member of the Aggravators, which was Bunny Strikers Lee's main band. So when they went into Channel 1 studios, for example, normally it was Channel 1 or Randy's or wherever to record, they were the backing band, and then they'd have the vocalist, whether it be Barry Brown or Johnny Clark or you know, Tapazuki or whoever.
And this goes straight to that really Jamaican thing. You say session musicians in studios. This is a totally Jamaican phenomenon in which singing artists come and go. It's the bands who know. First of all, they know every single tune under the sun.
The bands, they're the musicians.
They're the musicians, and they are true musicians. These are people who make proper music. And like I say, a band like the Soul Syndicate could be there to play music for any singing artist coming to the studio. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as I say, because it's the producer that decides who's going to come and sing. The backing band, they just get paid for doing what they're doing, for creating the rhythm, creating the music.
You're right.
That the singer sings with.
Yes, exactly. So, but that's a uniquely Jamaican phenomenon. So I thought we needed to explain a little bit about it.
I think that, the unique part I think is that you have entire bands. You have session musicians everywhere in all walks of music, all over the world. But I think the unique thing about the Jamaica one is that you have bands and they stick together and they will, you know, okay, we're going to make 3 records. We're going to do 3 recordings today in this studio. Come back tomorrow, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we're going to do 3 more or 4 or whatever. It's the same people, same instruments, but different music, different rhythms, and different singers and artists. Right.
And different
I
singers.
think that's what makes it unique. And as I said, Soul Syndicate, the Aggravators, who was basically Bunny Lee was in charge of that, and the Revolutionaries, which was the Channel 1 people, the Chinese Hu Kim, who was in control of Joseph Hu Kim, I think, was the person behind the 2 Chinese brothers.
Right.
So Channel 1.
You found this. No, first a comment. Who's there? There's Daniel again saying, so good that you do this while legends are alive. Yes, Daniel. Legends like Chinna should be crowned. Thanks for making this episode, both of you. We really appreciate that, Daniel. And make sure you share this video in your own circles once we're done. You can even share it now, Just go to PocaTV on Facebook, find the live link and share it to your network. The more people see this, the merrier. And
look, the list of artists he's recorded with, we haven't got enough time in the show to read them all out. But just a few highlights, and that's actually omitting a lot of other highlights, but a few really big highlights. The Abyssinians, Muta Baruka. He was on Muta Baruka's debut album.
I got something in the background. I got Muta Baruka's new book here.
Oh, right, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Augustus Pablo.
Wow.
Black Uhuru. Bob Marley we've mentioned. Burning Spear we've mentioned. Dennis Brown. Freddie McGregor. Gregory Isaacs. The Heptones. Hugh Mundell. Igerman. Johnny Clark. Jimmy Cliff. Jacob Miller. Lee Perry. King Tubby.
Everybody.
Linville Thompson. Mike's Romeo. Michael Rose. Mikey Dredd. The Paragons, Prince Far. Prince Far.
And this is only Jamaican. What you're saying. We haven't even touched on what they did outside of Jamaica.
Exactly.
And we won't. We have no time for that.
So it's endless. It's endless.
Yeah. You found a lovely video of the old Soul Syndicate days with Chinna in it, and I'm gonna just show a piece of it. It's an entire documentary, isn't it? It's lovely. Let's have a look.
Yeah. That's Tony Tuff. Tony Tuff, rest in peace on vocals.
Oh, another one we lost recently.
Tony Tuff passed away at the end of April, and if all goes to plan, you can check my Conscious Radio show this coming Sunday, where I in fingers crossed, will be doing a big tribute.
Yet again, all is subject to electricity and Wi-Fi at the moment.
This is why it didn't happen this past Sunday, because there was a power outage.
And there I was, all ready to watch, to listen to you, and then you told us, no, you can't make it. That's how it goes. We're in dire times in Jamaica right now. It's too hot. There's a lot of rain, which nobody expects. There's not enough electricity. There's not enough water. I can go on and on and on. In fact, I'm going to do a special on all the mishaps going on right now in Jamaica at the end of this month for PocaTV Live. I just decided that's what I'm going to do. So you and I are kind of making do with our streams because we never know if we can do one, because anything can happen at any given moment. And we're both sweltering. How's the temperature in your studio, DJ?
well, yeah. I mean, if I've got a fan.
So do I, but I'm sweating like I don't know what.
Yeah, but I hope the noise of the fan isn't coming across, because I'm hearing it obviously where I am.
Yeah, no, it's quite okay. I sometimes hear a little snippet of it, but it's okay. Don't worry about that. Maybe it's time for us to repeat something with the album in the back of you. That's
so
that doesn't count.
If you look to there, there's an album sleeve. It's on the High Times label, which is Chinna's label, which he started in 1980. Just name of the album and the artist. You can see it. It's right there. It's not that cryptic for a change.
Well, I'm still not knowing which album it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not for me. It's for the people watching. If you know the answer to the question, what album is DJ displaying right in the back? Send us a comment. You will not win anything except the honor of being the one to know. So just send us a comment and we will let you know if you are right or wrong. Daniel, he has shared it. Blessed love. Big up,
nice
Daniel.
one, Daniel.
That's really great. Thank you so much for doing that. So we were talking about Chinna and all that he does these days, music-wise. There's one thing you and I love him for, and we actually started the program with Inna the Yard. That is, Chinna does 1 million sessions in his front yard. And I won't say everybody is welcome, but if you know how to comport yourself and you have a reason to be there, or a music reason, you'll be most welcome. And once every month, no, on Fridays. Tell us about the Friday sessions of
every Friday they have a Friday evening night. They have a session called I Love Vinyl. The clue is in the title, and they records only, vinyl only, and they invite DJ selectors to come and play their selections. And I've done it now.
Yes, because they love you. They love you. I've noticed, because I've been to 3 of those 4 with you, and I know how they talk about you. So big up yourself. DJ Conscious being a very, very well-acclaimed selector at Inna the Yard. I Love Vinyl Fridays. And you did one on February 9th past, and I was there, and so was my mom. Hi, Mom. I know you're watching. You're going to be on the show. I'm giving you heads up now. Let's have just a peek at how that looks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, big up.
And that was right at the beginning of my set, so it wasn't that busy then. It got much busier later on.
Which we will see, DJ. What do you think that I'm
right.
not complete in my reporting?
Okay,
So,
okay.
all right.
And guess anyone, and if you're interested in the tune, that was Forward with Jar Orthodox.
By whom?
Lee Perry production by the Mystics.
Right.
Mystics. Yeah.
So okay. To you and me, this is we know what it's about. But I can imagine somebody maybe like Yap or any other people watching who've never ever heard of a thing like this. How does it work? How does it work?
Well, it's a vibe, really. Look, I go there with
it's in his house. It's in his own front yard. Let's start with that.
Yeah, I mean, look, his yard has been open way before they started doing the I Love Vinyl sessions. He was opening. I mean, when you were there in the clip that you even back then, he was opening it up to people, and especially musical people. His life is music, basically.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
How often do you see him not holding a guitar? Not very often. He's normally got a guitar or a mic or something. He just loves the interaction of the music and learning from people and then teaching people as well. But the fact that he opens up his whole yard, it's not just on Fridays, it's nearly every day of the week.
It is. And they stream it these days. You can watch
everything they stream. If you go to the Bingistra Movement YouTube channel, there's nearly always a live stream going on from his yard.
Right.
For example, the first Wednesday of every month, they hold a bingy, which is to commemorate Selassie's visit to Jamaica in Ground Nation, they call it. Selassie's visit to Jamaica in April 1966, for example, and that's always streamed live. And just impromptu jam sessions. The engineer there will probably get his tablet, his iPad, whatever, and just start streaming it. And that's how we get to see it.
And the engineer being Brains, I know Brains is watching as well. Big up Brains.
Big up
thank
Brains.
you. Yeah, man.
Brains.
And thank you for, let's put it honestly. I guess Brains is one of those people who help Chinna organize his life, because Chinna is full of music, and what does he care? And Brains does stuff for him, like make sure he comes on time wherever he needs to be and all of that. So Brains is part and parcel of the whole Chinna success. Can we say that?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to
I
up Brains as well.
I don't know how far back they go personally, but it's probably quite a way. I'm imagining.
I guess so. Yeah, he's a great picture of Chinna. I just need to share that because it's one of the few pictures in which you see those incredible eyes he has.
And the eyes have it. Yeah.
Yeah, the eyes have it. You were going to tell us something about why he's named Chinna. Let's do that now before we forget.
Well, the story I found, I haven't heard it from the horse's mouth. This is what I found out on the internet. But it says that his father and godfather were both sound system owners, and his father's sound system, which was called Smith's, obviously after his surname, which was operated by Striker Lee, Bunny Lee. So that's probably the introduction with Chinna and Bunny Lee. And what happened was Chinna tried to emulate them using a toy sound system. Yeah, like a kiddie's toy. And that led to his nickname of Tuner, named after a hi-fi amplifier, which was corrupted, this is the words they said, to tuner, and later became Chinna, and that's it.
Oh, well, that's funny because, I know the word Chinna means of Chinese descent here in Jamaica. And even though he has really big,
originally.
Yeah, even though he has really huge eyes, they are kind of slanted. So I thought maybe there's a little streak of Chinese blood in him.
That was my original assumption, but until I read that seems to debunk that completely. But
yeah, it does.
You know what? When I go next time, I'm going to ask him.
We have to, because we have to know these things before we can't ask them again. Once again, people tuning in late, this is not a tribute to Chinna. This is honoring the living legend, the world famous guitar player, Earl Chinna Smith. Just because DJ and I feel that you need to honor people when they're there watching live, which I'm
Yeah.
sure is happening right now. So once again, big up Earl Chinna Smith. I know you are watching.
Absolutely.
We
I
love
mean, you made the point. You made the point earlier. Bob didn't get this accolade, this kind of attention when he was alive. Bob Marley.
No, right.
Yeah. After he died, he's had more attention and sold more music than when he was alive.
And we don't want that to happen to Chinna. So we are
Exactly.
honoring him today and telling him we love him and we enjoy everything he does, and we have deep respect for his whole career, the one that's still going on and on and on. I had to set that straight because there's people coming in late. You're awfully quiet, people. No comments. Nobody in the orange room.
They're enjoying it.
They're enjoying it. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to your recent session there at Ina the Yard on I Love Vinyl Fridays. That's a title. Brains, you need to check up with a new title. I can't remember it. One of the many highlights, and this video will show what a crowd there was at some point. Here we go.
The boys again. Alright, me go so no. Yeah, you know, started to talk and the dance really come. Get man a laugh and the cashier a laugh. And we can't find a buckle with a cup. And we can't find a place to walk. I want a food before the food is seller. The gate man and the hygiene a laugh. Sing, people really keep it up a laugh. Promoter and his hygiene a feel laugh. On them laugh. On them laugh. Big up my friend Cocotti. Prayers to my friend Cocotti. With the one Cocotti. Yes, I'm giving thanks and giving praise. Jaja name is worthy to be praised. Even hear your name and start to read. And them can't stop this a fire from blaze. This fire blaze, alright, blaze, alright, blaze, alright. I'll stretch a day for right, day for right, day for right. Him clear the way for right, the way for right, the way for right and die. Oh, hail the most high. Here not the most part of the earth when there is no food and there is no shelter. If I should stop like fall, you know, your love will take a over. Some burn out wicked, not a positive, alone is the order. Yeah, the most I will cut and clear all the bottom. Coming at times, I'm out of the spot, and to me, that the bottom. But we still give thanks and praise to the most high, Jehovah, who takes me out and bless me soul and keep me ready proper. Wicked can't take a over. We say, long time we no DJ in a dance. You see, long time we no chant in a dance. We come fit nice up the area. We come fit nice up the corner. Sing, in your dancing to pick up. Dancing to pick up, and the liquor sell off. People really keep it up.
Yeah. Oh boy, that was great. Papa
Right.
Michigan. Yeah.
Papa Michigan from Michigan and Smiley fame,
Mhm.
who were two DJ Sing Jays from Studio One Time from way back in the day, and the tune which was was Dennis Brown, Easy Take It Easy, which interestingly, completely coincidentally, is the Unchained Rhythm, just like the Be Careful tune that you featured in the clip earlier. So,
DJ.
remember I said it's one of the most sampled rhythms ever? One
You
of the
did. You did.
Again,
but-
there you go.
wow. My preparations were even better than I thought they were.
Because you didn't realise that it was a serendipity. Is that the right word?
Serendipity. Yes.
Yeah. And then, if you're
Full
interested,
circle.
when you saw you had Michigan on the mic and you saw a queue of people before him, a queue of rusters,
Yes.
and that was the line of rusters waiting to take the mic so that they got a chance. And I think
Yeah.
there was about three waiting.
Yes.
at the
There
time,
was also a fantastic woman that night, Italy. I will mention her by name. We don't have time to show her, and it was going to be kind of deviating from the rest of the program. But if you can check out Italy on YouTube, you'll be amazed at what that woman does. Maybe we'll show her another time, DJ, because she's too strong, too great.
Yeah, man.
So yes, Daniel has confirmed that he's being quiet because he's enjoying listening and learning while walking into the sunset here in the UK. We got sweltering heat so far, Daniel, but waiting for sunset later on this day. I'm so happy that you're joining us. There's another two pictures I'd like to share of Chinna. This almost, you said it before we started the show. One would almost think it is Lee Scratch Perry, but it is actually Chinna smoking a huge pipe, which he does.
Chalice, yeah.
A chalice, he does, and he loves his chalice. And the funny thing about his vinyl Fridays, he opens them. But he opened this last one before you came on. So we see a different selector. I'm not showing that. And then he just goes out into his yard and enjoys it all and chats to all the people there. So yeah, Chinna, big up yourself.
The selector before me was Chinna's brethren.
Isa Char.
Isa Char, who with Chinna runs the High Times label.
Right. I didn't even, are they real brothers? No.
No, when I said brethren, I don't mean blood. Well, they might be. I don't know. Didn't even consider that.
I'm just checking. I
don't know the answer to that. But High Times label, as I said, was the label that he set up in 1980, which includes artists such as Prince Allah, Freddie McGregor, Musa Baruka, and Philip Fraser, and some others. Yeah,
that's names. My goodness.
Yeah.
Don't you marvel at the fact that all these huge names that we are still talking about are all from this tiny little island with not even 3 million people?
But not only from this tiny little island, but from that era in the 1970s as well.
Yes. And let's pull it broader, because reggae music in the 1970s had this huge global impact. It wasn't just about the music; it was all about the movement as well.
Yeah, and it was definitely it was black consciousness as well.
Yes.
Civil rights.
It all started here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because in the 1970s, that was when you also had the political problems in Jamaica. One of the parties was pro-Cuban, the other one was pro-Russia, and so the Americans and the Russians got involved, and during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and then that politics turned into violence, and that's when a lot of these tunes were coming out, and it was a reflection, I believe, of what was happening on the streets politically.
Definitely.
When you hear a lot of the lyrics and the rhythms as well, which were really hard and heavy.
Yeah, the lyrics were about real life. It wasn't about how I love you and I miss you so. It was all about history being told to us, which we didn't know, and being explained to us.
Well, I mean, I've learned. I mean, I'm white, obviously, but as you can see, but a lot of the black history, and I don't profess to know a huge amount, but a lot of what I do know has been derived from listening to the lyrics on reggae tunes.
Yep. And actually, the same goes for knowing about religious books like the Bible. I mean, their texts are full of that as well. It prompted me to go check out the Old Testament, for example, the Psalms.
12 Tribes of Israel, classic.
All of that,
example.
yeah.
So
it's astonishing how this tiny little speck on the world map, this island that most people don't even know where it is right beneath Cuba in the Caribbean Sea, people, and all of that is below Florida, because for some reason you seem to know where Florida is instead of knowing where Jamaica is. Tiny little speck on the world map, not even 3 million people, huge impact worldwide. We're forgetting to mention the struggle in Africa that went on in the 1970s, Zimbabwe, all of that.
But then a lot of the reggae reflected what was going on there as well.
Exactly. That's why.
And I'm not just talking about the Bob Marley, the famous concert that Bob Marley did there in Zimbabwe. I'm, just generally, again, I've got enough tunes which talk about Zimbabwe and apartheid in South Africa, and the problems in Angola and Namibia and stuff like that. Enough tunes that the lyrics focus on that.
Exactly. Stuff we probably wouldn't have ever heard about if it wasn't for the music. That's the interesting thing. So it's very what shall we say, oral history, this music.
I was going to say educational, but
educational. So this session went on and on and on. It took a good 6 hours, right, DJ? The session
my set was 5 hours.
Your set was 5, but the stream was more than 6 hours.
Yeah.
And we saw in the Papa Michigan video just now just how crowded it was. And at some point, you know, you just need to get a breath of air, which is what you will see now. So I'm now outside St. Andrew Park, number 6, where the party is still going on strong. It's getting too crowded inside the little yard, Inadi Yard, St. Andrew Park, Kingston. People are dripping out into the street like I did just now. But you can hear in the background, the vibes are still strong. And this is a little cul-de-sac in Kingston. So there's just people who live here and they don't even mind until a certain point, I suppose. The gentleman who lives here behind me even often comes out, stand at his gate. I haven't seen him tonight. Maybe he's inside, who knows? Anyway, I've never seen Inadi Yard so crowded as tonight. People from northwest, east and south attended, and I'll give you one more shot if I can walk in between them. Let's see if it works. Yeah, big up. DJ Crunch is a big success. So I'm gonna flip the camera. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the page. Here we go inside. It's kind of dark, as you see, upon entrance. Trees all around. It's just a little front yard, full of vibes.
That's right, Israel. Rastafari, Selassie. I have you guys to that. I'm on the night and can't take the one that knows a real Africa. Don't look the one that knows a real Africa. If you let them go up, people think them after, oh gosh. That's the night and data. Can't take the one that knows a real Africa. Don't look the one that knows a real Africa. If you let them go up, people think them after, oh gosh. On my way to St. Thomas, Mr. Patiala searching to me, what not. Now here come again in a baby's like a what. She say, hey, Pablo, oh you getting so fat, to me know what really sweet. Go still fine, say Rona, she a baba me and sprat. Sarah 2 feet ice, she go checking on the back. She say no data, no bother with that. You see me here, I am a decent trust. Me know why you go to my computer. Hey, you can flash. The rather stay home, sit up and relax. Sit up and with myself and not for natural walk. Me sing a need a night and data. Can't take the one them who's in Africa. All of the one them who's in Africa. Everywhere them go and people think so after elsewhere.
Yeah, big up, big up. That was the last clip I have of the night. You notice Chinna eating his fish. I was telling you that, you know, he just walks around the people, chats left and right, and does his little thing, and really he really enjoys those nights, doesn't he?
Yeah. A lot of it reminds him of the past. I think a lot of it is nostalgia, and I think I would imagine, at least when the tunes that I play, probably 2 out of every 3 tunes he was featured.
Yes,
probably.
So it's I guess those nights, especially when you play, is one big assertion to him, like a pat on the back, like look at what I've done in my life.
It's like almost like a biographical almost.
Yeah.
But he tells me that I play tunes that he hasn't heard for years and years and years since they were made. Basically,
I even believe he once told you, I don't even remember doing this tune that you were playing.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I can totally understand it. He's done so many. But if you're interested, the tune that was featured in that clip was a Harry Moody production, which was the singer was Dennis Wolfs, and a tune called Drifter.
Love that tune, love it. And
big rhythm. Many people have done tunes on that rhythm, but that was the original. That's the original lick. Yeah.
Exactly. And the normal, just once again explaining for non-reggae people, there is a version with a singer on it, and there's the dub version, the backside, the flip side of the,
Well,
of the
that actually
7-inch.
had a version with the vocalist, which was Dennis Swartz, which was followed by a version with Iroy, and then that was followed by the Dubwise.
And that's when people come to the mic, and even sometimes you saw the guy try to pull away the mic. I got something to say too. No, I'm gonna finish first. But people just improvise. It's I always wonder, where do they find the words, and then it's rhyming, and then it's, you know, on the rhythm, and then it's actually saying something. What a talent! I mean, rappers are good at with their words, but they write down their lyrics. These guys and girls, they just come on the mic and go, "Oh, I feel something."
They write down their lyrics. I didn't know that. Really,
Rappers
I didn't
write down their lyrics. Yeah.
In hip hop.
Yeah. So, but this all comes just bubbling out, and it has to come out. Sometimes you feel that way, don't you?
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting what you said, because I remember when we did the hip hop thing a while ago, Cool Herc, we were saying that hip hop wouldn't have existed with people like, without reggae, with people like Iroy and Big Youth and Dillinger. But I thought people like Notorious B.I.G., for example, or Ice Cube, they just said what came to their head in the same way. I didn't realize they actually.
No. I don't think they do. I really don't think they do. It's too polished what comes out of their mouths. And I've seen many rappers. They always carry this little notebook, and then and these days they do it on their phone. Oh, I got a lovely lyric, just jot it down and then see what comes out of it. I think that's really a big difference. Just reminding the people, no, not reminding, many of them don't know, you will be doing another one of those I Love Vinyl sessions coming up on May the 17th, which is in 2 weeks' time.
Next Friday. Not this Friday, next Friday.
Yes. If you're interested in going, take a screenshot of this right now, and or else head over to Conscious Radio Facebook page, because the flyer is up there too. Just find the address. It's on here. I know, because I made this flyer. Every information you need to know if you want to go physically is there.
And it's a free thing. There's no admission. It's a free.
No. But let's tell people it would be perfectly all right for you to do a little donation. There's a box there waiting for your tiny little money, anything you can spare. And you must know, no drinks are sold, no food is sold. So if you're a hungry, thirsty kind of person, make sure you bring your own booze. Try not to make it alcohol. This is a Rasta thing. Yeah. You once did a session, and there were people there from Italy, and all they did was drink all night, and that really irritated me. You know, it's perfectly okay to drink water or juice. You're not going to die, you know, and try to do that, and leave your little donation in the box that is there. And if you're not able to go to the thing physically because you don't live in Jamaica, like many of you don't, it will be live streamed. Just head over to Bingistra Movement. I'm going to put up the spelling for Bingistra again, so you know how to spell Bingistra. It's there. Bingistra Movement. You look for them on YouTube, and you will find the stream on that day. And let me remind you, the day is going to be Friday, May 17th, starting at 6 p.m. moving onwards, not deep into the night, because as you saw, it's just a little neighborhood there. People want to sleep, but it goes on a good 6 hours usually. Anything you know that you're going to be playing that evening already, DJ?
I'm definitely going to be playing a Tony Tuff.
Yeah.
I haven't decided which yet. And I'm also going to be playing a Prince Allah dub plate, because Prince Allah, High Times, one of the High Times artists, and you've frozen, and I've frozen.
Yes, you have frozen, and I'm hearing you. I hope everything is well for the viewers.
I'm hearing you, but I can't see you move.
Oh, I can't see you move either. So let's just hope it comes back. It usually does after a little while.
So I mean, I haven't really decided. I'll probably play a lot of the tunes I had in my bag the last time that I didn't get a chance to play as well.
Yeah, let me put you.
Because you always bring more than you know you're going to be able to play.
You do, yes. Daniel says he can hear both of us. I hope you can see something as well, Daniel. I'm not sure because I have one more clip to show, which is really important. Daniel, let me know if you're seeing us as well, otherwise than hearing us. That would be great because I got one last clip. It's as if we talk too long, you know. When we talk too long, the streams go off, DJ.
Yeah.
I wonder if I, you know what? Oh, I think you're back. No, you're not.
No.
DJ, can you go out of the studio and leave the studio and come back? See if that helps.
Leave the studio, man. Okay.
Yes. DJ is going to leave and come back. Daniel's telling us, yes, he can see. Am I moving, Daniel? Or is this a frozen shot of me going like this? If I am moving, everything is okay. We just have to wait for DJ to come back into the studio. In the meantime, I hope you're enjoying this honoring of, yes, I am moving, says Daniel. Daniel, you are being so invaluable. DJ is back, moving as far as I can tell. Yeah.
No, frozen again. You frozen again as well.
Yes, you're seeing me frozen. I am not frozen. Daniel just told me. Anyway, what I'll do, DJ, I'll take you down because I'm going to show one more clip. Stay in the studio, DJ. Don't go anywhere, but I'm taking you off the screen now. There's one more clip I want to show, and that is of Chinna giving advice to young people who want to be in the music industry as well. Here it goes. It's from that same interview that he did with the people talking about his guitar. This is his advice to young musicians.
Today, young musicians don't want to play, they want to do everything on their computer. But I still get a fun out of squeezing metal. You understand, Kai? When you squeeze metal, it's nice. Like if you eat an orange and you squeeze it, and you get the juice out of it. A mango, you know, like a East Indian mango, a Jula mango, you squeeze it out of it, that's when you get the real juice. So I'm telling all these young, inspiring musicians, yeah, get a guitar and play it, learn the skills, and learn songs. Songs that is not your own, songs that is done by great players before, and find inspiration in them. And then we can take music to another level. Bless.
Yeah, you missed a tiny little bit, DJ, because you went back out and in.
I missed the beginning because my browser froze completely.
Yeah. So what Chinna was...
Yeah,
oh, now we got a huge echo, so let's not talk together. What Chinna was saying to young people is get a guitar, start playing something. Don't play your own music. Start playing music that from great guitarists and learn from them and take it from there. That's what that was his advice, basically. Okay. Yeah. So lovely to hear him say all that. Yeah. Any famous last thing? Your album? We need to round up your album, DJ.
Yeah. Okay. So I said it was a High Times from the High Times label. Here it is.
Hold it still. Hold it still. Come Ethiopians, Philip Fraser. So why Philip Fraser? And we're talking about Earl Chinna Smith.
Because Earl Chinna Smith was on this album, and Philip Fraser was the vocalist.
Right, so, exactly.
And it's on the High Times label. So if you want, this is what the label looks like. High Times.
Oh, wonderful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Any tunes on it that we definitely know?
Yeah, Righteous Works, which is a cut to Earl Zero. Earl Zero and Chinna were our brethren, because that clip we had of Tony Tuff earlier. There's an Earl Zero.
Yes.
There's an Earl Zero clip on that same documentary when he's doing the original of None Shall Escape the Judgment before Johnny Clark did his cut to it.
Wow. Yeah.
And Come Ethiopians is the big tune. If you see here, it says Come Ethiopians.
Yes. Yeah.
I think that's on the same rhythm as Rod Taylor, Ethiopian Kings.
Could well be, seeing the title. I can't say that the title rings a bell, but DJ, by all means, play it on consciousradio.net whenever you can to
Yeah, man, I
remind me,
will.
because I don't have this memory that you have for all things. I cannot. It's too much for me. I can't keep up.
Well, it's not something that I try and
No,
remember. It
it's
just
your
it's
talent.
there.
It's your
It's there.
talent. It's your very special God-given talent. So we're happy that we can enjoy it because of you.
Right.
So that rounds up this honoring of Earl Chinna Smith. What and anything you'd like to say to end this with? A special message to Chinna himself.
Yeah, well, thank you for making this for making this Wenzzzday Ting possible, because without you it wouldn't have been possible. And thank you for all the music, and in the past, present, and the future, I'm sure. And thank you for allowing myself and others to grace the turntable at your yard. It's always a blast, and it's always an honor and a pleasure.
Yeah.
And one love, Jah Rastafari. Yeah.
Blessed. And one thing I would love to add is that despite his greatness, and he knows he is great, he knows he is a big man in the world, he knows that, but despite that, he's very, very humble. Yes. And during this last session where that I've been showing clips of, and my mom was there, and at the end of it, Chinna came and thanked me for trusting his yard so much that I would take my mother to his yard. Now that is true humility, and that is why we love him so very much. He knows he's a very, very big guy, yet he remains very humble and very centered and very loving and very hospitable. And anything he touches musically turns into gold.
I mean, look, most of the true reggae greats are humble. Let's put it that. Burning Spear, Bob Marley himself, I would say he was humble. I was going to say someone else, but I don't think he would fit in the humble, so I won't mention his name.
Now I want to know who you mean.
I'll tell you off air.
Chicken, yeah.
Augustus Pablo, humble.
Yes, yeah. It is. It goes with Rastafari, doesn't it?
For real.
Yes,
for
the
real.
humbleness.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to end the show with a short reminder that on the 17th of May, there will be a new session of I Love Vinyl with DJ Conscious being the selector. And those are the nicest nights because DJ knows the best tunes and he has them all and he knows how to spin them one after the other. And crowds go wild. Like I said, people almost fighting over the microphone. So I'll definitely be there, DJ. Promised. And let's end this with a lovely thank you to Chinna. I hope you enjoyed this special about you, Chinna. Make us know, and you'll be seeing both of us in 2 weeks' time. That's how we're gonna end it today, right, DJ?
Big up Chinna, big up Brains as well. Yeah.
Big up Brains and big up everybody who's been watching us today. Who's this last comment coming in? That is. Oh my goodness, that is my auntie. She says, nice to get to know a little bit more about a guitarist whose playing I have heard so many times, Bob Marley and the Wailers, but I never knew anything about it. Hannah, thank you for watching. This is my mom's sister, and she's watching the show. It's lovely. Thank you, Hannah. And it was great having everybody here with us today. Daniel, thank you for all your comments and being so helpful when things got a little funny with the stream here. Watch us again and again and again. DJ, we're going to do another one next week, but we don't know what. We don't know. We know it's going to be Wednesday, but we don't know anything else. We'll just have to surprise ourselves and the viewers then, right?
Okay. Look forward.
Okay. It was lovely. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for watching, everyone.
And see you next time. Bye.
PocaTV.